Hello once again, everybody. Welcome to Jwicksportalk. Topic of conversation this week: the USA women's soccer team's magical run at the World Cup in Germany that fell just a little bit short. It started with USA's thrilling victory over Brazil on penalty kicks. Now, they had played with a woman down for half the game, half the match, shall we say, when Rachel Bueller was given a red card. Solo, the goalie for the United States, stopped the ensuing penalty kick, but they were offered, they said that Solo had left her line early, giving Brazil another shot at penalty kick, and they would capitalize. But it would all go for naught. Amy Wambach's header in the, I believe it was like the 122nd minute, one of the latest goals ever to be scored in a World Cup match, tied the game at 2. What a thrilling match. The USA would prevail on penalty kicks, which then would lead them to the semifinal games against France. With the score tied at 1 apiece against France, Amy Wambach did it once again in a header that ended up in a goal in the 79th minute, giving USA a 2-1 lead. 3 minutes later, little darling she is, Alex Morgan, scored, giving USA a commanding 3-1 win over France, thus leading them into the finals, World Cup finals against Japan, who had miraculously knocked off the home team, Germany, by 1-0 to get there. Now sometimes, especially in soccer, I've found also in hockey, you have a net, you're trying to score in. If it's not meant to go in, it's not meant to go in. USA, with any type of luck, could have been up 2, 3, 4, 5-0 within the first 30 minutes of the match. Balls just sailing wide, just going over the top, hitting the post a couple of times. USA easily could have been well on their way to a commanding victory in the World Cup finals, but it was not meant to be. After a fantastic shot by Alex Morgan in the 69th minute gave the U.S. a 1-0 lead. You weren't sure at that point in time if Japan was going to win the match or not, but you did know they weren't going to give up. And so Japan, on a somewhat of a lucky bounce, shall we say, tied the score at 1 in the 81st minute, when a couple series of bad clearings by the USA defenseman led to a goal by Japan. The ball sailed into the USA, their defensive box. One of the USA defenders tried to clear it. Ball bounced, hitting another USA defender, bouncing back into the middle of the box where the ball was knocked in past Solo, giving the score, making the score 1 apiece, thus leading into a overtime, 30 minutes overtime. Then in the 104th minute, you knew Amy Wambach, you were going to hear from her before the match was over with, off of a beautiful crossing pass by Alex Morgan once again, headed the ball, it was like a rocket coming off of her forehead, into the back of the net, giving USA a 2-1 lead at that point in time. At that point in time, you didn't know if Japan was going to win the match or not, but you did know they weren't going to give up. Then with about 3 minutes left to go in overtime, Solo appeared to have hurt herself. Looked like she had hurt her knee. After she collected herself and was ready to play once again, Japan had a corner kick. After the ball was kicked into the middle, one of the Japanese players touched into the net, making the score tied at 2 apiece with about 3 minutes left to go. And that led to the penalty kicks. And sometimes it's not how you start, it's not how you play, it's how you finish. USA finished against Brazil winning on penalty kicks. They were not so lucky against Japan. Matter of fact, they even had a hard time sometimes finding the net on the penalty kicks. Japan won 3-1 on penalty kicks. Very disappointing for the USA. They should be extremely proud of themselves to get as far as they did, but losing on penalty kicks 3-1. that'd be somewhat of a big disappointment for him. Japan wins the 2011 Women's World Cup. Japan, in the 25 previous matches that they played against the United States women's soccer team, were 0-22-3. Well, they got one victory now on their side, and of course it's the biggest one of them all. It was the World Cup final. And in those 25 previous matches that Japan played against the United States, Japan was outscored 77-13. Now that's dominance, but that was then. This is now. Japan has Women's World Cup final going on with them. Well, to Japan, congratulations. You guys never gave up, and your heart and your desire and your courage prevailed in the end. And for the USA women's soccer team, well, you got the Olympics. You were the reigning Olympic champions, gold medalists. You got the Olympics coming up once again. Hopefully you can do it again. And before you know it, you're going to blink your eyes, the 2015 World Cups will be here once again. Well, thanks for watching. I'm Jeff. Thanks for watching Jwick Sports Talk. And I'm going to see you again next week.